Hello and welcome to Excel Highway. In today's video, I want to share with you a CRM for solopreneurs that I created in Excel. I think it's a pretty cool software that you can use if you're just starting out or if you have an ongoing business side hustle. Um, so it has a home sheet that shows you some financial KPIs like your rolling 12-month financial situation, how many payments received, expected payments and expenses were in total year to date, and just a quick overview of whatever is expected. You can see your tasks and filter based on high priority or medium priority. You can click for details, and that's going to bring you over to the task database. You also have a navigation pane that you can just click. That's going to bring you to a cash flow and due payments. So you can see your cash flow every month for a selected period. What are your payments? What are payments due? What are lost payments, your expenses, your gross profit, tax, and a profit. And of course, you can add more onto this, and this can show you month over month, show you when you're in negative uh, profit. You can see the due payments, which customers owe you, when they're supposed to pay, what was the last payments, and just a status that you can filter if it's in progress, meaning the due date is in the future, or if it's late. And of course, you can prioritize this and catch up with the people that owe you money. There's a contacts section where you can maintain your customer database, the name. If you double click on the name, you can get this pop-up message that shows you the note history. So that's like a nice feature that I created. So you get these messages instead of having it as a column, which is hard to read. So if you don't have anything, it's not going to pop up anything. So that's a pretty cool feature. Um, there's some data here that you can see based on the other sheets, like the last contact, lifetime earnings, if there's any payment dues. So that's nice that you can use that. This is the notes that you enter, and this is the last contacts. I'll show you soon. It all is used by this ribbon that I created on top. There's the to-do list itself with the tasks. You have the days to complete and the completed date that you can mark. There's the customer payments where you can create a billing for a customer and define when was it done, what is the invoice amount and the due date, and then the columns will show you how much was paid, what's left last payment, and a status, which is based on the situation. Could be paid in full, late, in progress, or lost sales if you define this as to be a lost sales in this column. So if I have, it's not manual, but if I have any values here, it's going to be lost sales. The customer payments, that's going to track every payment. Again, not going to be manual. This is where you use these buttons. And on hide sheets, we'll just hide everything. So that was a very quick review. Let me show you. Let's start things off with the contact. So you have a new customer that has this user form, and you just input the information like the name, the company, the source of that customer, say network event, um, what's the area of interest, and the phone, and you can have even a status. And you click on submit, and you have a new line. After that, you can click on update customer, just going to populate everything here. Now, the drop down list for sources and status, that's coming from the list sheet. So you have the ability to change these, and that will impact all of the drop down lists. So you have this new customer. Okay, so I don't have a contact or earnings or payment dues. I can update the customer. Okay, let's say change that to Google Sheets. That's just going to change whatever I change. Of course, you can do it also manually. It's not, nothing here is blocked for editing. You can add a note. You see here that there's no notes. New note, check email. Oh. And now when I double click, I can get this message, and it's also added here to the notes, sorted descending. If I want to update a contact that I made with the customer, I can click on report contact, select that customer, email, example, again from the list, click on sent email, and then I'll see it here as the last contact and also here in the contacts. And last button I have here is the delete customer. I get this pop-up message. If I'm not in the right place, I'm going to get these messages. It's going to stop deleting, but I can click delete, get this pop-up message, and just delete the customer name. So that's that section of customer management. Again, this is not protected, so you can actually do everything here manually, but I suggest using buttons. And of course, if I want, I can just password protect everything, so you must use the buttons. Moving on to the next section, which is the billing. Go to customer payments. So adding a new billing, click on this button, you get the customer name. I deleted myself, so I don't have it here, but I just select from the list. You can't. This is a closed list, so you can't just enter whatever you want. So I'll work. Pick a date. You have a date picker, which is kind of nice, I think. Just select the date. Move between the months if you want. Select a date, you get it. You want to change the date, fine. And invoice amount $100. And the due date, let's say 25th. Click on submit. And this row is added over here. Obviously nothing here on the payments, so everything is payment due. There wasn't payment, so this is blank. And again, there's a status if you want. You can make these adjustments. So now that we have a billing, we can either update the billing. So let's say, no, it's not 100, it's 1,000. And I can also delete the billing. Won't do that. I can report payments now that I have a billing. So I can't create a payment if I don't have a customer, right? So I can't just report something. So let's take Emily Johnson, and it's going to ask me which works. So now I'll take this one, and you can see that I have $1,000 that I can invoice. I'm going to pick a date where I paid, try to submit. I'm going to get this message, so you can't exceed. So let's say I got paid 800. Now the payment due is 200. And let's say I won't get this amount. I'm going to report lost sales. It's going to ask me what amount to declare as lost sales. Maximum 200 because I can't declare more than what I have. So I'm just going to declare 200 as lost sales. And now this payment is showing as complete. Over here to customer payments, you can see the item that I reported. That's the payment management area. Tasks, you can create a new task. Let me switch to the tasks to-do list. So create a new task, check email, customer John Smith. Doesn't have to be, you can just leave it blank. On the 24th, priority say low and status is new. Just create the task. Shows you the days to complete and everything. You can update the task. You can complete the task, which will just give you that date and change the status to done. and you can delete the task. Last button that we have here is regarding the expenses sheet. So you can click on new expenses, supplier name, me, say Excel coaching, and let's say it's on the 16th, cost is 500. And then I can even apply a recurring expense here. So anywhere from daily to yearly. So it could be, let's say, every week for 4 weeks. And that should create those 4 events. You see every week starting from the 16th, every week. And I will immediately see this here on the dashboard. You can see the now Excel coaching top 5 expenses. It's appearing over here also by date. And I can filter if I want just to see, expenses or certain expense. You can filter by certain year if you want. So that's a nice little dashboard that you have over here for the expenses. And of course, you can just, here I didn't add the buttons like here, so you can just go ahead and delete that. Click on data refresh all, so the pivot tables are updated. So now it's gone. Um, this button will just unhide all the sheets so you can see everything. These sheets should not be touched. They're backend sheets. This is the list sheet. This area shouldn't touch because that's impacting the recurring expenses. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this content and saw what can be done with Excel and some VBA magic. This file will be available for a short period of time for free. So may write a comment and subscribe, and you'll get your version. Thank you.